Hello, YouTube. Y'all here? All right, more bad news. I guess this is the season where we got to talk about some of this stuff. It's so depressing. So now, let me make sure you guys are here first. Somebody's here. Before we begin our commentary, our opinion. Hello there, V-Scales, Misbehaving, Erica, Titania, Chariot. Listen, I can't believe I'm here talking about this stuff again. This time in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, this guy's name is Rayshard Brooks. Now, there's a film, it's just come out today. It's happening in Atlanta. Apparently, there was a man at a Wendy's drive-thru. He appeared to be inebriated, and he had fallen asleep in the drive-thru. So the people called the police. Now, they're saying that he appeared to be inebriated. How in the hell does he appear to be inebriated if he's asleep? Which is it? Did he act a fool and then fall asleep? I don't know. They said the man was blocking the traffic at Wendy's, though. You know, Wendy's is probably doing all drive-through now, so that's their business. So they call the police. Now, I got to tell you, I know I have an unpopular opinion here, and I would like to express to every black man on this planet, stop resisting police. I mean, I know the dude probably, he's drunk, he's out of his mind, he's woken up, and now these cops are jumping on him. It's probably in his mind. I understand that. I understand being afraid that they're going to kill your ass in this atmosphere that we're going through now. But we're going to have to stop resisting these damn police. People have got to realize these people will kill you. Now, when I saw the fight, the dude was beating up two police officers. He was throwing them around his head and all this kind of stuff. Now, as soon as I saw him grab the man's weapon, the cop's weapon, I knew he was dead. He was dead the moment he grabbed that man's weapon. Now, y'all say, well, it's just a taser and all this. All this is happening like that in this instant, right? All they know, he got a weapon, he's running away. So I guess one school of thought is if you're running away, you pose no threat. But this man has grabbed this man's weapon, beat the police up. He must have supernatural strength. But the video does not look good, at least from what we've seen right now. This is listen, if you're black, you're expected to say, cops always wrong, black man's right, you murdered him, right? He woke up scared. We've been talking about is police killing black folks. So yes, he probably woke up in, I don't know, trauma. Particularly when when you first wake up, and if you have people on there pulling you out of a car or poking you with a stick saying wake your ass up, he panicked. But I've never seen a scenario where a suspect is beating up the police, taking their weapon and running. Did they let him get away? I've never seen it. Now, I've never seen it in a movie. I've never seen it on a television show. I've never seen it in real life. However, here's the other part of it, though. These cops are supposed to be professionals. Now, this man is said he's inebriated. I mean, he's either high or drunk. You should be able to find a way to deal with drunk or high people without killing them. I mean, when you have a bar fight, where do you go? Do you go there to the bar and just kill everybody in the damn bar? You know, if they're resisting, you got to expect it. When I walk around the streets of San Francisco, I see crazy people swinging sticks around in the air, hollering, screaming. Now, I wouldn't know how to handle that. But if I was a police officer, I should know how to handle that without killing the man. That's what I'm saying. You don't know this man's mental state. You don't know if he's having a psychotic break. You don't know anything. It's all happening right then. You, as a police officer, should be able to figure out a way to subdue this man without killing him. That's all I'm saying. It's horrible. It's horrible to see. As somebody's child, as somebody's cousin, somebody's brother, somebody's father, probably. Why these guys? I mean, they resist so hard. We're not talking about murderers here, people. We're not talking about bank robbers even. We're talking about people sleeping in cars, or people passing a $20 bill that was counterfeit bill. People sleeping in the park. Students in their car. I mean, I can understand it if these people had just robbed a bank. I don't know why they resisted so hard. In this instance here, I would imagine this man felt like he had to resist. Maybe his head wasn't even clear. If he was that liberated that he falls asleep in the Wendy's parking lot, the cops got to know what way to deal with it. Now, if you got to call for backup and just surround him with like you do us, you surround them with 20 cops. Maybe that's what you have to do. Maybe you shouldn't be the Lone Ranger. I don't know. I can see these cops reacting this way because he just kicked both of them ass. Shouldn't he have? I mean, didn't the other one have a taser? Or didn't the other one have some mace or something? It just seems like you should be able to bring a situation like that under control without killing the suspect, particularly when he's not suspected of anything other than sleeping in a Wendy's drive-through, right? So anyway, the cops said that obviously they immediately take him off the job. I think traditionally Atlanta's been pretty good about dealing with these cops, though. So he's probably taken off the job right now while they investigate. I don't know. I would call this murder. We have to wait and see if anything else comes up. I just wish I can convince these black people to stop resisting police. I mean, I was a criminal for 20 years, over 20 years. Never even occurred to me to be running from the police. They will kill you. It's not a joke. What's the matter, boy? Come down. Damn dog trying to jump out the window. I'm sorry, buddy. Go. Baby, let me have my conversation, please. Be still. Go play with a toy. Beanie, go get it. I'm sorry, people. Raising these children. So in the midst of all the, Atlanta is still protesting in the midst of all this. But when I saw that fight, I just don't know how else it was going to end, particularly when you're grabbing the weapon. But you're dealing with people, if you're a cop, you're dealing with people all the time that are drunk, people on crack. You go and breaking into crack house. You can't just go in there because they're on crack, go shoot everybody in the damn building. You got to deal with them. Once again, we see these things are caught on cell cameras, cell phones, which is a good thing, you know. So they say, here's a school of thought, Aliyah. If you are running away, you're not posing a threat, right? If they're coming at you, then you have a right to shoot them because your life is in imminent danger. They're going to say he grabbed a weapon. In the moment, we couldn't determine what the weapon was. He got the weapon and ran. It happened in an instant. So these cops might lose their job. I don't know if they're going to be prosecuted. But as a rule, you don't shoot people in the back, right? Because they're not posing a threat. But they can easily say he was a threat to some other people. He's a wild man, a madman. You know, part of this thing that people are trying to do with this defunding the police, they want to have an instance like that you don't call police, or you call some kind of other kind of unit that comes and deals with people who are drunk, who are high, that kind of situation. That's kind of what they want. Other alternatives other than armed policemen showing up. Y'all know in the UK, they don't even have, the cops don't even have a gun. They don't even have one. It's not one of their options. They show up with a bobby stick or whatever the hell you call it. They're just as big as Atlanta. Baby, calm down. You got to go for a trip in the bathroom? What's the matter? Calm down. Let's see what you guys are saying. Good morning, people, or good afternoon. Going to misbehaving. I hope they don't. They're going to burn Atlanta down. Well, you already got the people going. They're already protesting. A lot of these neighborhoods, wherever that man's from, he's got a family. He's got people who love him. You know, Being drunk is not the death sentence. He was clearly resisting, though. I mean, he was throwing the cops. They were like in a street fight, 2 against 1. He was still kicking ass, and he still got away. So I don't know what he's so afraid of. It could be when he sees these things like these George Floyd situations, he could be in his days or in his alcoholic stupor. He could think these people are going to kill me, and I need to get away from them. That could be it. It just amazes me how none of these guys have really done anything. All these ones that are always killed, they're selling a loose cigarette. How much does that cost? A loose cigarette. Is that a quarter? 50 cents? He's killing these people for nothing. They don't react well to you resisting, but it's got to be part of the job. Maybe they need to get an associate's degree or something, or extra classes where they don't just go to academy, get a gun, get a badge, and then they're on the street. Maybe there should be more training involved with the idea of not killing anybody. Maybe that could happen. Maybe that's what these people are talking about, defunding the police. Maybe they want you to have alternatives. If you can't handle a drunk person sleeping in a car, if you cannot handle that, maybe we need another agency that would be specialists. Sleep in the car and the drive. Ain't that something? You might as well go ahead and kill 3 or 4 people. You get a death penalty. These people haven't done it. Almost all these cases, they never do anything. They're always running for nothing. People, stop resisting these damn cops. They will kill you for real. They say you can't shoot them in the back. Aren't most of these cases in the back? Aren't most of them, 9, 10 shots? What happened to that woman? What was her name, Brianna? They just broke in her door and they are amazed that people try to defend themselves. What if people just come in here to start shooting me or cracking me in the head? Hey, you gonna shoot somebody like that 8 times? You done broke in their house. Who's that white woman? She broke in that man's house and killed him in his house. Oh, it's getting to be so sickening. And thank God for the cell phone is all I say. If he was drunk and asleep, he might have woke up swinging. Shot him in the back. Now, that would have been the time to use the taser. If he's running away, I would think that's what that's for. Both of them, he didn't take both of them's taser. They're going to say he had grabbed a weapon and he was running. And my suspect is, it's not going to be as hard on these cops. It wasn't like what happened to George. We saw George murdered. Passed out in the drive. Ain't that a bitch? Shot in the back 3 times. Yeah, that shot in the back is still going to be an issue. He's not posing a threat if he's running away. My suspect is that the police department is going to use that he grabbed an officer's weapon. That's what it's going to be. Because as soon as he grabbed it, I know he's dead. Atlanta already, oh God. When's it ever going to end? But Atlanta usually reacts pretty swiftly, pretty harshly. Like those cops that pull those kids out, the last week before last, pull them out of their car, terrorized the damn girl. She was all traumatized and all this. They fired them on the spot and charged them. They're going to have to do something. That city is just on the verge of going off at any second, I guess. And Corona, of course, is playing a part. These people are frustrated as hell. They're mad as hell. Oh, my God. Baltimore, this is from Jermaine Snow. Baltimore woman fought officer and was punched by another officer and taken to the hospital. Knocked the lights out, huh? When they knocked that old man down a couple of weeks ago. That was disgusting. Didn't even stop to check on the man. Oh, it's not our problem. It's not your problem. You just knocked that old man down, 75 years old. He's bleeding from his ear. Aren't you concerned that he's brain dead? Y'all pray for Atlanta. I hope they see it as they're looking at it analytically as I am, because all they know is that they didn't kill another black man while they're in protest. Well, they got all those. What don't they have? Plastic bullets and tasers and mace and all that kind of stuff. Aren't you supposed to use all that stuff before you use a gun, deadly force, if the man is running away? Isn't that what the whole taser idea is about? Isn't that what it's for? As an alternative to shooting them? Hi, people. Hi, Vanessa. Yeah, they need to be retrained for sure. I hope they require more than a high school diploma for these guys. I don't think that those academies are that long. Maybe you need to get a degree to be a cop. You don't need all the alternatives. Yeah, they reacted. They just got their ass kicked and the man running away. So I can see them reacting. But you have all these other options. You got bulletproof vest on. You got all this shit on. And then murderers and stuff, they don't ever catch them. I don't understand it. Almost every one of these cases, the crime is nothing. Black people, please, if you can, try to not resist. Be humble with these cops. They will kill you for real. Don't think you can tackle cops and then run away. But we don't know the mental state of these people. We don't know what their mental state is. That dude was strong too. He was strong, honey. Elderly man has it. Oh my goodness. The elderly man has a brain injury, not brain damage. Okay. But they don't know that. They don't know. They know they pushed down a 75-year-old man. What threat did he pose? Old people, they have a problem with balance, honey. You cannot knock down an old lady and just think it's just like knocking down a 20-year-old. It's not the same. We don't have the same look at me. I said we. They don't have the same reflexes. That man went down. He went down straight on his head, hands up. He don't even have the reflexes to reach around or to break the fall or anything like that. It's not like dealing with a young person. These are trained police. This is their job, how they make their money. They don't know he don't have brain damage. Shit, how they don't know that? Are they doctors? It's an old man. That's why people live in 2-story buildings. When they get to be 75 years old, they got to move to 1 story. That's why, because they can't balance. They can't go up and down steps easily. Right. Anything happen here, the cops have a problem. They always call, and all of a sudden there's 30 cops around. That's how they intimidate you. If you got to do that, call for backup. He's resisting. The man was resisting heavy. So I don't know all the answers. But I think that if you call up the cops, you should be able to go in there and handle the situation without killing the suspect. Because at that point, he's only a suspect. What is he suspect of? He's suspect of falling asleep in the drive-thru. Ordinarily, a cop just say, get your ass out the drive-thru. Because he's not driving, right? He's asleep. I was wondering what happened to the 75. He was in the hospital. I don't know if he's still in the hospital or not. He might still be in there. He probably has a concussion. Yeah, whatever happened to shooting him in the leg or something? That would have stopped him. They shoot to kill because you were sleeping in the drive-thru and you didn't follow our orders. And we scared. Well, if you're scared, get a different kind of job, honey. Do office work or something. If you're afraid, these cops should be in physical shape too. They can be out there scared, so scared they're going to kill somebody. Yeah, pray for them, that dude's family. Everybody's got a family, honey. Everybody's got a mama. Most of us got a daddy of some sort. You know, he had to be drunk to be resisting that hard. It ain't, if he was a serial killer or something, I can see him resisting that hard. So they're going to try to discredit the man's, you know, they're going to go through his record. Oh, he smoked weed. He got busted for weed and all this old bullshit. Like it gives you an excuse to kill somebody. And he is white. He is going to make some money. Oh, the old guy. I guess they have it on the books. You can't sue the cops. That's what they're trying to change. One of the things they're trying to change. I suppose that depends on from city to city. Or maybe they have limits on how much you can sue them for. Yeah, they tend to follow through a lot more than we do. That's what I mean about all these numbers. Criminals, real criminals. People these cops dealing with every day. They don't call the cops. So we don't know how many kids have been cracked open. Right? Last thing in the world a drug dealer going to do is call the cops. So we don't know how the people who they're dealing with every day, how many of them have been abused for police brutality. We only know the innocent people. That's why these charges are nothing. Can't sue City Hall? Oh my goodness. That's wrong. How you gonna take somebody's life and they can't sue you? That is wrong. So maybe these people who are, I didn't at first get it, but maybe these people who are saying defund the police, maybe they have a point. Maybe they should have money on reserve for these cops when they mess up, that at least the family can get the money, get money from it for it. They should be able to sue you. You just killed my son. He didn't do anything. Oh, it was a commission of a crime. Oh, he was sleeping in the drive-thru. Then they're going to bring up his record 5 years ago. Oh, 5 years ago, he was in the bar. We just said he was inebriated, right? So he drinks. Okay, I hear you, Nurse Mama. Nurse Mama says they should send in the nurses for drunk people. We deal with them all the time and don't kill one. Thank you. Great idea. Maybe they have some kind of people that are between a cop and a nurse or something like that. Responders, and have them respond instead. You're right, nurse. I mean, they have, when you go to your whatever your county hospital is, you can all kind of nuts in there. Crazy people. Crazy people that stab somebody. You can't go in there and just kill them. They're still entitled to a trial, right? So many times walking down the street in San Francisco, I see trouble on the way. Somebody coming down here swinging a stick around, whatever. Just cross the street, leave them damn people alone. I'll leave them alone. I assume that the cops will do their job. Yeah, I heard about that. A cop in Minneapolis, he still gets his pension for $1 million. Well, he won't be able to spend it. I hope maybe he got a wife or something. No, the wife left him. So he might have $1 million, but he gonna have to wait till he gets out in 40 years. They'll probably end up around 25, 30 years. You can go ahead and spend it then, old dude. You'll be in your 70s. Gets a pension. It ain't gonna do you no good in prison. The family ought to be able to sue your ass, get some of that pension, or all of it. Particularly in George Floyd's case, that was straight up murder. Oh my goodness. Also, a young, okay, this is James Boss. Also, a young black man was found lynched in Palmdale, California yesterday morning. Didn't they decide that was a suicide? James Boss? Did they determine that to be a suicide? I think I heard something about that this morning. Ooh. Behind the throne. Years ago, I was hit with that with wait a minute, aluminum chair while taking the blood pressure. I was home recovering for 3 weeks. Lord have mercy, she said, girl. Don't send me, honey. Yeah, but people in the hospital, they deal with the crazy people all the time. I mean, they're always falling or getting, you know, they got to deal with a rough crowd all the time. All they got is a couple of security guards. I don't think the hospital police have guns. I don't know if they have security there, but they're dealing with crazy people all the time. Think about all the people who 5150. Well, you're going to blow their brains out because they won't cooperate. He cannot use it in prison. Somebody can send, you can't spend but $130 in prison. That's all you can spend in the store. Commissary. He can buy some soups, $100 a month. So his wife done left him. Maybe she should have hung around and got that pension money before she took off. I guess it's a monthly salary or something like that. I don't think they got no kids. Yeah, you can be the boss from your prison cell. No one believes he did it to himself. Okay, you're talking about the California case? Okay. Well, we're certainly going to get, certainly going to be investigated. I didn't see the case. I heard they determined it as suicide initially. I assume everything's going to be investigated now. All of these deaths. Okay, my cousin's father killed her, and the family knew it, and the police tried to say suicide. Suicide my ass. Right. Yeah, I was just watching. This is the thing on here called The Fifth Element. Y'all heard that? Fifth Element. They do all these crime stories in Canada. So I was just watching one today when he was claiming there was suicide and ended up being murder. But some politician, I think it was a judge. Judge killed his wife. Consider foul play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a matter of fact, a lot of these cases, people, I mean, when people kill their wives and things, kill their husbands, they claim it was suicide. He shot himself in the back of the head. Lord have mercy. That's why you should have good investigators. I would imagine an investigator needs more than a high school diploma. Somebody, because, I mean, I think from my estimation, you go to school to learn how to think. Thinking is the key thing. There's a protest here in London, UK, and there was a bunch of fascists that came and fought the police, completely fighting them. Okay, that's the point. Asha Mohammed. Maybe I'm the worst person in the world for reading names. Ahmad, wait a minute. Where'd she go? Asha El Mohammed, I think. I'm sorry. There was a protest here in London, UK, and there was a bunch of fascists that came and fought the police, completely fighting them. Okay, so it was a fight. Okay, so she's saying they were fighting them hard. No one was killed. Do you guys have your cops have guns? Asha, you beat people. Your regular cops, do they have guns? I know in all the old movies they don't have no guns, but I don't know how you guys do it. But the point is they can fight them without killing them. Now, when that guy pulled his gun, why couldn't he be trained to hit that man in the leg where he couldn't run? If you have to use a gun. I mean, they have them, so I assume they're going to use them at some point. But if you have to, why do you have to shoot to kill for somebody running away from you? You want to stop him? I can see that. A taser, those plastic bullets. But if your mind is not thinking that quickly and you have to grab your gun, why can't you hit that man in the legs? Seems like every time it's always to kill. I don't know about Trump is educated, honey. Behind the throne says Trump is educated and he is worthless. So what does that say much? I'm willing to bet that Trump cheated his way through school. Where did he say he went to, a Wharton or somewhere? Donald Trump, think of his character. You think he wasn't paid like all of these rich kids do to get his grades? I mean, he doesn't have hardly any vocabulary. He ain't got no more vocabulary than me. I know mine's just all toe up, but he is supposed to be this super educated. Oh, I went to Wharton. Oh, I was an AA student. More than likely, Donald Trump paid people to do his homework. He doesn't read now. He doesn't read now as the president of the United States. I'll be willing to bet he's one of those ones that's paid for his education. His father paid for them getting to school. They probably donated money to the school or built a building in the school or they named something after the father. That's how that works. They're just getting a piece of paper. I cannot see Donald Trump sitting in the class and actually learning anything because he don't know shit. He paid for his education and Trump paid for his grades. All those rich kids, they get in, honey. All of them, no matter how stupid they are, they always get in school. Just had that big scandal with those women. What was that big scandal? Those actresses and things were paying for. They weren't the only ones. Wait a minute. David Hype Volp. I think the logic goes something like this. You are only supposed to shoot if life is in jeopardy. Your life is in jeopardy or someone else's life in jeopardy. So if that is actually true, then shooting to wound doesn't end the threat. I think it could end the threat unless this man got a gun. If he had a gun, he could go down and then raise his hand up and shoot your ass. But if he's not unarmed or all he has is his taser, which he probably don't know how to use, I think you can still shoot him in his legs and back off. He's going to be on the ground. You should have 30 or 40 cops, if it's anything like California, show up by then. No, I don't think all this shooting to shoot to kill. So it ends up being resist is a death sentence. You get the death penalty, no matter what the crime is. Jaywalking. What was that? They had those kids laying in the ground, put your face on the dirt because they jaywalked. So that's telling you that you are a subpar person. When you jaywalk, these cops can just roll up on you, and you're supposed to be so afraid of them that you're supposed to lay your ass down in the ground. Do they tell these white kids to lay their face in the mud and all that kind of shit? I'm just saying. A lot of people are not expecting that. So they resist. The hell you mean lay on the ground? Did I kill somebody? Did I assault somebody? What did I do exactly? It's crazy. We'll never be able to evaluate that man who in the Wendy's thing because he's dead. What about all the mental health, mentally ill people out there in the streets? Or how do you handle them? Arrested and still alive. You're right, honey. Trump filed bankruptcy every 10 years. Maybe that's where he got his education in bankruptcy law. Yeah, I think all the only thing required is a high school diploma to be a cop. But I don't see why you couldn't get. They shouldn't have programs for your further education before you actually given a gun. Studying how not to kill people. That's what you should be studying. Anybody can kill people. You give them a gun. All you just point and shoot any little slight infraction. Plus, when people get their ass kicked, and somebody, these cops ain't gonna accept that. What you just let you kick their ass, take their weapon, and then just run away. Oh, it's a lot of ego and all kind of shit involved in that. Testosterone, all of that, and it all happens, so quickly. Oh, I can't go through the whole story. Makes blood. You'll see, though. There's a guy named Rayshard Brooks. His story just happened today. It happened in Atlanta. Just put it in your search engine there in YouTube. You'll get the whole story. Financial advisor. I don't think he's no damn financial advisor. And he just kills me when he's always talking. Did y'all hear Trump? He said, besides Abraham Lincoln, he's done more, and that's questionable, he says. So Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves, that's questionable, I suppose. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I guess he could call that some kind of joke. It just comes out of his mouth, He's done more for black people than anybody else in history. What has Donald Trump done for black people? Tell me what it is, honey. He came in taking credit for everything Barack Obama corrected about this economy. Barack Obama didn't even have a financial background. He knew how to hire the right people and put them in the right place, make the right decisions. Trump coming here, running his damn mouth, he immediately started taking credit for everything he did. Trump has done nothing that I can see for no black people. What's he talking about? Oh, look, they got jobs. What does it have to do with you, Trump? What did you do? What did you do to facilitate them getting jobs? Only thing I can see Trump has done is given tax cuts, huge tax cuts, $1 trillion tax cuts to rich people. That's why the Republicans don't care. Their tax bill is in the millions. Politician with a G. You're right, Nikki. Nikki Blaine with my name. They shouldn't allow that. They should not let that dude be the president. It's still silliness. And we don't even see how crazy it is. I'm sure he's just walking around in there screaming and hollering about a bunch of subjects he don't know a damn thing about. He don't take no advice from nobody. You work your way up to be a president, I think. I mean, Obama, at least he was a senator. He knew something about politics. Trump just left the set on his reality show and became the president. It's just another show. Let me see who else in here. Hi, Almond Brown. Well, I just wish these guys would stop. I mean, you want to say, don't resist. I just hate to see them resisting. I'm saying, oh my God, don't you realize what you're doing with these people? Don't give them an excuse to kill you. Take your ass home. Get home first. Then get to letter writing or calling. Do like the other people do. Particularly when you ain't did nothing but fall asleep in the drive-thru. You weren't even driving. You can't even get a drunk driving. Did I say Dave Chappelle? No, I didn't see it. I heard he went off on who did he talk about? Don Lemon? I don't watch comedians. I don't know what that is. Hi, host. Hi, the heart of Zanny. Yeah, so has anybody been watching news lately? Has anything else happened in Atlanta? They're right on the verge of blowing up at any moment. Y'all saw already carried on CNN. But Atlanta knows how to get the cops, get them out, take them off the street immediately. Charge them. You can always, they can always fight their case and win it. Mulatto King Justin 404. You resist, you get killed. You don't resist, you get killed. So what should we do? Don't resist. That's all we can do. It's humiliating. I'm telling you, it is humiliating. Somebody out hollering, screaming at you, telling you what to do. Put your hands here, put your hands there, put your hands behind your back, lay on the ground, all this kind of shit. It is humiliating. But we got to live to tell the story, honey. Live to tell the story. And hope somebody got a cell phone while you're being arrested. Yeah, he went way off. I mean, they're not gonna be able to, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna be able to hit these guys with murder. I mean, he was throwing cops over his head. You're in England? Hey, Hardy, we're getting an English audience. In England, do they have your policemen have your beat policemen have guns? Uh-huh. Well, it must be hard to be a young black person. I mean, not only do we all the shit that we do to each other, then you cops are just as bad. They kill just as many of us as we kill of ourselves, as criminals kill of each other. I do feel for these mothers that have to go through this shit over and over and over again. No guns allowed here. That's what I thought. No guns. There's two of you guys here. Y'all know each other, Asha and Heart of Zany. I know it's a big country. No guns allowed here. Great. They say they got more in America. We got more guns. People have more guns than we have people. Because some people have 30 guns. He was freaked out. He probably hit that ground and thought George Floyd. Here we go again. I mean, they already said he was drunk. It's just sad all the way around. It's sad. I still wish people would not resist, though. It just breaks my heart when I see people resisting. I say, don't you know these people will kill you? I guess some people don't think that way. They try to run. It never occurred to me. Run from these cops with all these guns and shit on them. And we get story after story after story after story. I mean, what do you think they're going to just run away and just get away? Come on. Yorkshire. I'm going to make it to London one of these days. That's on the bucket list. I don't really want to go too many places. I wouldn't mind going back to New York City and then London. But I don't want to go by myself. I got to find me a husband or somebody. Somebody I can say, oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, wow, look at that. I don't think it's fun just looking at it by myself. We'll see. You can always go with a friend or something. Police have them. Yeah, I think they had to call backup to get guns on the scene. And a lot of these times when these guys are resistant, they don't have a crime really. I mean, how much time can you get if you fell asleep in your car? How much time can you get for selling a loose cigarette? I mean, jail ain't that bad, people. You get a couple of weeks, you heed your arraignment, you get out. You're not doing real crimes. You're not murderers. Especially when you get all these witnesses around. I'm sure the people there at the Wendy's. He probably had a line backed up. There are witnesses all over the place. So just don't resist, honey. You're not going to get away. If they got to lock down the whole damn neighborhood till they find you, they're not going to let you get away. So what's the point? Flight or fight cannot be right? Cannot be control. Yeah, it's that thing. Fight or flight. Yeah, you back somebody in the corner. Sometimes you back some animals in the corner. And they'll come out and they're, or they feel like they had no choice. You back them in the corner, fight or flight. Oh, I'm sorry, Mandy. I'm sorry your son feels that way. You know. I was walking my dog. I mean, I'm known in this neighborhood. It's the same beat cops or whatever that go around. So the cop stopped in the middle of the street, whatever. You know, you always feel like, should I look back? Should I not look back? I mean, I know I ain't did nothing. He just stood in the middle of the street just looking. So I guess he was after somebody else. I don't know. But it's just weird that I have to worry about, are they behind me? How would they react to me looking back? Cops. YouTubers, stop calling the cops on people. Stop playing with them police. Yeah, God bless the inventor of the camera phone. Yeah, he probably saw George Floyd flashing before his eyes when he hit that ground. You know, he damn near got away too. But I don't know how you got all these people with all this artillery behind you. They're gonna call back up. They're gonna go through the mall. Girl, I can see if you just murdered somebody. You know, you just did an armed robbery or something. You were looking at 30 years. I could see you resisting. You feel like you ain't got no choice. But to do all that for jaywalking, to do all that for sleeping in the car or being drunk. Being with white people doesn't make you protected. It might help you a little bit. I don't know. They're just hard on especially young black men. You see how with the age of some of these guys, they're just hard on them, honey. Maybe that's better as you get older. You know, you ain't really out there. But I used to get stopped by the cops all the time. Then I was most of the time dirty, so I had reason to fear them. So far in the last 20 years, I only got stopped once, and they let me go. They were kind of rude. They act like I was a criminal just because somebody snatched some laptop somewhere. Oh, you fit the description. What's the description? He's black. Oh, I did have cops over here one time. One time, my friend Gamish, who's a moderator on here, he came over here to visit me, right? And as he was leaving, there was an old guy coming down the hallway, right? Old Asian guy, really, really old, about 80 years old. Anyway, when I opened the door to let Gamish out, as he was leaving, the dog ran out. Oh, it wasn't his dog, it was my other dog, my Jimmy dog. The dog ran out, and you know, dogs can sense when you're afraid of something. Anyway, he scratched this man. They say he bit him. Next thing I know, the people didn't speak good English. This was somebody's father, so they couldn't communicate very well. So they called the cops. Cops said, "Bring that out. Bring the dog out here. You got to see him." I guess they want to determine if he was ferocious or not. So I explained it. They went away, honey. Those was my only 2 experiences with cops in the last 20 years. Tell your children don't resist the cops. Even if you're guilty, even if you got some weed on you, even if you got, you had a couple drinks, don't resist them, honey. It ain't worth it. They got egos. Yours can get inflamed. I live in Atlanta and had to go to pre-trial for one night. Okay. For one night? One night ain't bad. So far, we all rest in peace to Jimmy Dog. I miss the Jimmy Dog. I only had two of them. Well, me and my lover had one back in the 80s. Yeah, early 80s. But these two have been my little buddies. People resist because they know they got a rock in their pocket or they got a joint in their pocket. Thank God they're making weed legal now. People can't arrest you for smoking a weed. But they run for just the silliest little shit. Then they got you for resisting, and they can handle you any way they want to handle you. Their story is he resisted. I don't think white folks resist like that, but then they're not worried about their life. They're not afraid. I feel you, Nikki. Nikki says, I'm the mother of 3 sons. It's terrifying. We've had the talk, and I'm still afraid when they leave the house. And tell them to pull their pants up. Don't get these people, don't wear no do-rag. The more black you look, the more they think you're a gangster. And then it's really pitiful when you see these people with their pants down near around the knees trying to run. Sorry, people, I ain't hating. I'm just saying. People, they see you with your pants down around your ankles, you got tattoos all over your body, they assume you're a criminal. I bet if I stop him, I find something. A lot of times they'll treat you better in your own neighborhood, though. They don't want you to leave your neighborhood. Like here, our worst neighborhood is the Tenderloin, right? That's the drug area where I used to get down at. They'll let you get away with a whole lot more stuff in the Tenderloin than they will out here in regular San Francisco. You can have your pants down, smoke. You can smoke dope on the street and all that kind of shit. Lay all in the street, all that. They just don't want you to leave that area. Step your ass out that area, you're in danger. Yeah. George Floyd wasn't no gangster. They say he got out. He was in a Mercedes. We know he worked. But I still believe that they're going to find that cop knew George Floyd. How you going to work in? A bar is only so big. They're both working some sort of security for the bar. How you going to work there for years together and not know each other? It's a whole different thing. You know somebody and you got your damn knee in their neck. It must be something personal. Maybe they had a fist fight before and he got his ass kicked. And he thought, I'll get you someday. Some people saying that they had the same white girlfriend. That maybe this guy that Floyd was engaged to, he was engaged to a white girl. That was his ex-girlfriend, even though he was a married dude. I don't know. We don't got the whole story on all that yet. It seems personal to me. They know better. Their father, my husband, is 6'6". Don't you tell your husband go around kicking them police in the ass. They got ego too. Don't resist. I'm just gonna stick with that. Don't resist. Maybe not resisting, they can still do something to you. But even Floyd, though, they had him in the back seat of a car, right? Remember, they had all 3 cops pulling them out of the car. So was he kicking them then? I remember my mama used to beat my ass, and I would be kicking really for my life. Ah! You kick me and make it worse. They got egos. Okay, Terrell Davis, let's explore that. Terrell Davis says poor white people resist as well. You see the elite whites call their own kind white trash. They look down on their own as less than human. Trash is something you throw out because it means nothing. Okay, and let me tell you my experience as being a drug dealer. My drug was crystal meth, right? So majority of the people were white. I never noticed a difference when they came to bust us. White people got treated the same way as black people, but we were all criminals, right? So yes, you are right. Sometimes we make it too racial because they will treat drug addicts, white drug addicts, pretty much the same as they treat black drug addicts. Now here in the Tenderloin, it is terrible neighborhood, but it is interracial, so everybody lives there, right? When you go to prison, people say, "Oh, the prison's all black." No, honey, there's just as many whites as blacks in there. My experience, they and they're drug addicts or drug dealers or they're abusers, and they tend to do more serious crimes. So there are seems to me, a lot more white people in there for serious crime than there are even black people. Anyway, my point was that yes, they treat poor white people very similar to the way they treat black people. So you made a good point there, Terrell Davis. And remember now, all these people who are marching, there's a whole lot of white folks out there marching with us, right? Yeah, I think the point is that they don't treat white criminals any better. Yeah, I never noticed that they treated white criminals better than black criminals. They treated us all bad. Because my point was because we never call the cops. We never report to anybody. We never tell anybody anything. They consider us less than human. All they want to know is, are you clean or dirty? After they find drugs in your pocket, they'll make no difference what color you are. That's the way they treat you. It's about class, yes. It's about class and race. It's about what neighborhood you're in. James Ball says that is because you are in San Francisco, not as racist. Maybe. San Francisco got real expensive, and then a lot of black people left. They moved over to Oakland, or they moved somewhere else. So there's not as many here, So it's not like we're experiencing like a black ghetto. Do we have a black ghetto? We have black neighborhoods. They're not ghettos, though. They're not hard ghettos. Our closest thing to a hard ghetto would be Tenderloin and our 6th Street, which is adjacent to the Tenderloin. And they're totally racially mixed. They're drug areas, heavy drug areas. Yeah, but it depends on what city you're in, what state you're in. And a lot of this shit happens in the South. Right? People still have those racist attitudes. Thank goodness people are starting to do something about it. I love this thing. They wanted to take down these Confederate flags, and they want to take down these Confederate generals' statues and all this kind of stuff. So things are happening. Of course, Trump is resisting everything good that happens. Anything about race, he resists. Because he's a racist. That ain't going to change, honey. He's 70-something years old. It ain't changing. Yeah, I imagine cops have a different attitude when they drive up into a trailer park than they do when they drive it up into a affluent neighborhood. We all know that. Ooh, 6'7". Jesus Christ. Almond Brown, your husband is 6'7", and you're 6'3". Ooh. At 12 and 7. Lord, big boys. Yeah, lead them to basketball, honey. They can make some money. 6'7", that's basketball range. Trump's birthday tomorrow. Spit on the ground, girl. Oh, idiot. Oh, he makes me sick. I really can't listen to that dude talk. Everything he says, you can't believe a goddamn thing he says. Why listen to him? And he don't even have enough sense to try to appear not to be a racist. You're going, I've done more than any black man in history, more for black people than any president in history. He's done nothing for us. Nothing. He ain't went out of his way to do shit. What's the matter, boy? I'm sorry, I said his name. He said, don't say that name, Daddy. Okay, don't say it, Trump. Come here over here and say hello to people. Come here, a beautiful baby. Say hello. Look over there, say hello. Hello, people, how you doing? Oh, really? Why are you talking to my daddy? Oh, yeah. Why are they so lovable? They don't do nothing. Say something. He don't even open his mouth. I'm going to have to cut his hair in the face now. We're going to deal with the hair for the moment while we're locked down. But if it gets too long, then I can't see his eyes and all that kind of stuff. Right? So I got to cut the eyes and his mouth, at least. And any matting that occurs. Is the Almond Brown? Hi, cutie. They say, hi, cutie. You ding, ding, ding. My dog does understand some of my baby talk. My mama always baby talk my little sister, right? She didn't baby talk us. She cussed us out, me and my older sister. But the young one, she always baby talked her. Come here, green shirt, green shirt, green shirt. And now I've become my mama with my dog. I baby talk him. They recognize the inflection. Like you said, come here. They won't do nothing. Come here. No. Then they come. Lowest black unemployment in history, prison reform, quality zones. Trump did this, please. He stepped right into Barack Obama's economy and started taking credit for it. He hasn't done. And if you really, it's not too cool to be critical, but you brought this up on yourself. Why do you keep on repeating your song, telling us how you gonna change right from wrong? Because if you really want to hear our views, you haven't done nothing. Yeah, nah. Jackson 5 sing along on, baby said. Hello, Tim Blaine, new here and listening. Hi, Tuda. I hit the like button before coming in home. Okay. I always forget to mention the like button. I am not like Deanna Irving. Give me 15 more likes. I ain't gonna say nothing else to give me 15. Okay. 5 more likes. She loves her likes. She has a thing with her likes, honey. Bless that heart. That's my cussing queen. I go to her when I want to hear some good cussing words. It's not too cool to be critical. Lord have mercy. You haven't done shit, Trump. Not for us. Why are you out there claiming you've done more for black people than any president? We can't stand your ass. I mean, there's only about this many of us that can't stand you. You put fucking Uncle Ben in there. He ain't hardly talked 20 sentences since he's been in office. I'm going to talk to the blacks. Bring Ben out. Idiots. Then he had them fools. He had them black preachers in there again. Girl, I wish they sit their ass down somewhere, kissing his ass. Doesn't even sound real. Oh, you're the greatest, Mr. Trump. Disgrace. You're 5'7" it's about average for a lady, right? For a woman. I'm 6 foot. What's the matter, boy? What's bothering you? Oh, you look at your daddy? Look at his daddy barking. Look at that. Who are you looking at? What are you barking about? He's looking at his cell phone there. I leave the TV on. That it helps my lighting some kind of way. It balances the backlight. So I don't have a lot of light in this place. But this damn chair, the leg is broken, plus it's on carpet. But I ordered me a gorgeous black tufted leather chair. It'll be here maybe another week or so. So we'll resolve that issue where I ain't got to be always doing. Y'all notice I always doing like this and adjusting and all that because this chair is fucked up. Anyway. Don't matter care about Trump, his birthday. It was a bad day in history. He should just went on and played and been whatever billionaire. He's probably worth a few $1 million. But why don't you just go ahead and do that? I think soon as Barack Obama insulted his ass at that what's that thing in Washington where they go and insult each other every year for the last 20, 30 years? He couldn't take it. He don't even have it because he can't take nobody making fun of his ass. Soon as after that event, all of a sudden now he's going to run for president. Yes, he is small like that, honey. He is small just like that. And didn't invite the black people. What do you say, Milano? Trump had had a round table with law enforcement, but had no black higher ups at the table. They had 3 people in high positions there in the police department. So how are you going to have a round table and then don't exclude the black people, even though they're at the very top of the police department? I tell you, you fucking racist, fucking idiot. Mm-hmm. Okay, my bad. Okay. All right, you guys, we've been here an hour. Thanks for coming in, breaking up the monotony of being in the house. It's always good to come and talk to you guys. Be safe, people. Teach your boys, do not resist, even if you're innocent. Even if you're guilty, don't resist these cops. They will kill your ass. That don't mean it's right, it's wrong. All right, people. I hate to even think about it too much. Stay inside if you can. Later.